Hello everyone and welcome to today's class, What is Conscious Connecting? Ryan Hassan, co-founder at the Centre for Healing here. Have the absolute pleasure of being joined by Helga Eichmann. Helga, how are you today?
Great, thank you, Ryan. Good to be
First
here.
Facebook Live, right?
It is.
All
It
right,
is.
we're coming in with a bang. Thank you everyone who's tuning in at the minute. I'm seeing the comments coming through, letting us know where you are tuning in from around the world. Pix from Sydney. G'day, Pix. Good to see your face again. We've got Heather here from the Central Coast. Catherine from Canada. How are you, Catherine? Jennifer from Sydney. Carolyn from the Central Coast. Astra from the Northern Rivers, and Gillian from Lee, and Gatha. Well, I drive through the Gath quite a bit. Lovely part of Victoria. Today, we're talking about conscious connecting. The actual title is What is Conscious Connecting? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And it's something that has been birthed, I guess, from you, Helga, over the last, how long has it been? A year, 18 months?
Been about 18 months now, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Just short
Well,
of.
look, before we jump into exactly what that is, I think it'd be best to let people know a little bit about your background, sort of what the work that you've been doing sort of up until this point and what's led to creating this method.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I've come from a coaching, meditation, corporate background before that, corporate coaching. And so it's kind of, yeah, right back from the start in primary school teaching, which I loved. So I've always had an interest in people. So working in sort of management roles and then finding my way to coaching in a corporate situation and then into more in the personal side of it, which has taken me down the yoga sort of coaching meditation side.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And so you came to me, so it must have been about 18 months ago that you came to me and you said, Ryan, something's happening for me. This sort of process is emerging within me. And that was when it was really in its infancy, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
remember we jumped on a call. I experienced it myself, and I thought I think said, Helga, I think you're onto something here
You
at the
did.
end of it. And it's so funny because we're going to talk about what it actually is and explain the process as best we can. But it's such a simple process, isn't it? And I think some of the best things in this life are simple, when they're done correctly. So let everybody know. And for those, as we talk today, conscious connecting is a method that Helga is delivering sessions in. And if you are interested, if whatever we say today resonates, then there is a Calendly link if you want to reach out and book a session with Helga to do that. So keep an eye on that in the comments. And if you have any questions as we go along as well, don't hesitate to put them in the comments as well. I can see them here. I can see Missy just joined from Queensland and someone we both know very well, Angela McLeod from the US. How are you, Angela? So yeah, tell us as best you can, like what is conscious connecting? Like what is this process? What does it look like in a session?
Yeah, thank you. So perhaps it's best to start with how it came about, and that sort of gives a very good idea of what it is. And you said it's quite a simple process, and it is, and the beauty is in the simplicity. So the way that it came about is actually when I met you, Ryan, when I met you and Matt, and signed up for the wonderful course that you're offering, one of the courses that you offer in processing. And I just went, wow, the information and everything that was being provided in that course just really resonated with me and connected with so much of the other reading and studying that I'd been doing previously. And it sort of just brought everything together. And anyway, as part of the course, when we're asked to do practice sessions with fellow students, I was jumping online weekly with one of the other students, and we were doing these wonderful sort of sessions, practicing before I went for certification. And then what happened is we jumped online, and the person that I was doing a session with said to me, Helga, I just feel so overwhelmed today, I can't do any processing. And I just found myself automatically saying to her, that's absolutely okay. Why don't we just sit together? And so that's exactly what happened. We actually just sat together. And what I noticed is for both of us, we just came into this beautiful, grounded state of resonance. And so what I found myself then saying was, why, if you feel like sharing what's happening for you in this moment, why don't you do that? And so she did. And instead of going on to my normal sort of coaching or EP practitioner mode, going into that, I just found myself saying, right, and just allowing it to be. And what it did is what I found it did was just turned her back to herself. So instead of looking outside for someone to guide her with questions or advice or suggestions, it just really turned her back to herself just to see exactly what she was experiencing. And so that was the start of conscious connecting. And it's now become a process, a more of a structured process, where both practitioner and client sit together and share when and if they feel drawn to. And it's amazing. I'm just been quite astounded by the insights that come just from this beautiful natural sitting together. There's a little bit more to it than that. Just from sitting together and the insights that come, and also the clarity in seeing patterns and our own conditioning come up.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll get into maybe more the nuts and the bolts of a session, but what I found is there's a few things going on from my perspective, and one of them is the first thing is it allows space. So space, like real space, to be with our present moment experience in the presence of an attuned human being who we can co-regulate with. And that's a big part of what's happening. Like when we're sitting with a non-judgmental human being across from us that we feel really connected with, then all of a sudden we can relax, our nervous systems can get in tune with each other. And then also we have this space where we're like, maybe something does come to mind, like, hey, I'm worried about what's happening with my family in this, or, I'm actually anxious about this thing of work. And then it's like, okay, all right. And then you have space, and it's like this reflective mechanism where now, instead of me just having these racing thoughts and anxieties or regrets or that kind of thing, I'm now able to like take a step back and take a deep breath and look at things from this, what's the word? More co-regulated, more relaxed, more objective kind of space, because I tell people this a lot. It's like we shouldn't really make any decisions at all, but especially big decisions, about our life and everything, unless we're first in that state. Because we're so busy, right? We're so busy all the time doing, and have to decide this and that. And we make the decisions from this place of fear, essentially, and heightened anxiety and emotional states. And I think for this, it's like really just grounding into the present moment and then being able to look at a situation in our life and going, oh, maybe that isn't as big a deal as I thought it was, or maybe something's a bigger deal than I thought it was, maybe something that happened in the past, but I can see things differently. And I think that's a lot of the power of it. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you touched on so much of the nervous system aspect of what's happening. And I think that's what embodied processing really helped me to understand more of that side of it. And I think when we come to understand and come to sit with ourselves in a way that our nervous system feels safe and grounded, and there is in space, as you said, to see objectively, to see more clearly, then absolutely. We start to come back to our own centre and really have agency ourselves rather than looking for the other person to help us or fix us or save us.
Yeah, and I think it's also, I think I remember now, like it was 18 months ago that we sort of sat down and had that session, but I think I remember there was a lot of laughter, like we're sitting there just literally just looking at each other on a screen and, after talking a little bit and then just like we're saying spontaneously what's happening for us and like I feel the urge to laugh. You're like, okay. And then I start pissing myself laughing and then you laugh. And it's like, very, I think, genuine moments. And then that may lead to something deeper. Like you tell me, has anything surprised you just by this sort of sitting and being really connected and attuned with someone? Are you finding that that's allowing space for, maybe some big things of the past to come up or some big epiphanies?
Yeah, constantly. I'm constantly in awe of what comes through with conscious connecting. And I think it is that being able to sit there and have someone actually just be with us. And it's okay if we laugh. It's okay if we are just silent. It's okay if we cry. It's okay if whatever, everything is welcome. And that's something, from embodied processing as well that came through. Everything is welcome here.
Yeah,
And
all is welcome here, all parts of us, right? I mean, we're not in many scenarios in this life now where that's applicable. Be it like whether I'm going and catching up with family who I see a couple of times a year, I'm going to get a coffee at the coffee shop, or I'm in some sort of social situation where I've got to act normal, quote unquote. So it's like all of me isn't welcome here. Like the part of me that wants to like yell or cry or, do something silly, like that's not welcome in all these situations. So being in a space where it's like, I can be whatever is here in this moment right now, that in of itself is like, makes me feel like taking just a nice deep breath.
yeah, it's that liberation, isn't it, of just actually being comfortable in our own skin just to be however we are. And so much comes through. And I think sometimes it starts with just having that sort of space. And then, yes, the insights that have come through have really astounded me. What I love about conscious connecting is that every session is different. Every person is different whenever they come to a session. I've done over 100 sessions now with about 35 or 40 sort of different people. And it just surprises me, the difference. You know, we come to the session wherever we're at in that moment on that day.
And we're always different.
Exactly. And it's okay.
Yeah. No, I remember early on when we started the Center for Healing, and, you know, I was sort of early on, you know, being a practitioner and everything, and we do these programs, and I'd feel like, you know, before a session, I'd have to do all this prep work, and I'm like, oh, they're going to be at this point, and we'll work on A, B, and C. And after a while, I had to let go of that, because I'm like, they could come in, who knows, you know, what emotional state they're in, what's happened in the last week, like what their nervous system and their subconscious mind is ready to surface. Because that's a lot of what can happen. Like when we have this silence in the presence of an attuned human, these parts of us that we may have had to suppress or repress, they now have space and have some sense of safety to go, oh, I can actually bring this now up into conscious awareness. So truly anything can come up from someone's, you know, past, future, or present.
That's right. And what I'm finding is that because we're not asking questions and digging or, you know, trying to get somewhere in the session, that whatever comes up is something that we're ready to be seen. You know, it's something that's ready to be seen. We have the capacity to be with, and we have the other person there, so they have me there as that grounding agent to help them just to ground and stay grounded.
Yeah, and we just had Heather in the comments here said, from my experience with Helga, it's having someone there who's totally and utterly non-judgmental, and that's what it's all about. It's freeing, you know. It's very,
How often
very freeing.
do you have that? Yeah, that's beautiful.
Pretty rarely.
Exactly.
So yeah, I remember, as Helga said, she's done over 100 sessions now. I remember telling her at the time, sort of after we finished that session, when I said, I think you're onto something, I'm like, well, you need some data now. You need to practice and practice and practice before, you know, putting it out into the world. And that's what I guess leads us to today. This is like your kind of coming out party, you know, for conscious connecting that I've, you know, I've practiced and I've worked with people, and I'm ready to start to step into more of a professional capacity in doing this. So let's maybe talk about the bit more of the nuts and bolts, I guess, of what the session actually looks like. Because people are like, what, I just sort of sit there, you know?
Exactly, yeah. So the first thing that happens is once you sign up for a session is that I'll send you a video, so that it's only about 3 or 4 minutes, and it gives you a very clear idea of what's involved in a session. And so what happens is we do just come online, and we have conversation beforehand, make sure that you're comfortable with the process. And then we actually do just sit in silence. And how rare is that, to actually sit with someone without filling the void? We often jump in to make conversation because it's uncomfortable for there to be silence, and to really truly be with someone. Like, we can be silent if the TV's on, or the radio, or whatever it is now, the radio, or we're, you know, doing something. But to actually be with someone, to be sitting there, to be actually looking at them, and to have silence is very rare. And so what we do is we just sort of relax into that space, and then whenever you feel drawn, and I actually do this as well, so whenever the client and myself feel drawn to sharing whatever is happening for us in the moment, then we actually do that. And it's interesting because some people will talk a lot throughout the session. And so I've had a number of sessions now with one particular client, and it's just been incredible to watch the unfolding going, you know, that's happening for him. And the first session, he talked almost non-stop through so we do 2 rounds. In your initial session, you start with a round of 5 minutes and then a round of 10 minutes. And in his first session, he actually talked pretty much non-stop through the session. Through the 5 minutes and then through the 10 minutes. And I was just there holding space and responding with right or aha, and just allowing him just to express, really. And now, well, in fact, by the sort of third session, there's these massive gaps now. Like, there's these long gaps where he's actually just sitting there and just completely grounded. There'll be laughter, there'll be just a little connection. Sometimes there'll be tears. Like it's just whatever comes up. And what's happening for him, because he's come from a background of studying NLP, he's even like at an early age, he even was really interested in Buddhism. So he's studied lots of things, read lots of books and, listened to lots of podcasts. But now what's happening is he's actually grounding within himself. He's connecting all the dots and he's going, that's what they meant. And what he's doing is it's actually reading it on an experiential level.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm actually experiencing it now. What I've read in the books for all of these years and everything, which sounds great, and I think I
Yes.
understand it. But then now I'm actually understanding it. And yeah, well, you said it earlier. I can imagine that happening quite a bit. It's like a lot of people,
Yes.
especially if they're kind of new to this type of work. We've all got a build up of crap happening up here
Yes.
and in here, and so oftentimes it can be just an outpouring. It's like, oh my god, finally someone's going to sit there and just completely and utterly listen to me and take it all in. Well, let me just get all of this out. It's like a purge, and
Yeah, it was
yeah. And so that seems like after that purge, now able to sit into the bodily experience of what's happening in the moment, which is so good. And so after that, the initial sitting and the expressing and everything, what happens next?
Yeah, so on your first round, you'll do a round of 5 minutes. And then after we finish the 5 minutes, I've actually added one small step now, Ryan, which we didn't even do when I trialled it with you. So all the feedback that's received has been just incredible and has helped to shape the process that Conscious Connecting now is. And so after sitting together and Conscious Connecting for 5 minutes, we'll actually just close the eyes and be with ourselves for about a minute or so. And then we rest into journaling or writing. And so you always have pen and paper ready for the session and then go into a phase of writing. And that can be for, I don't know, sometimes it's a minute, sometimes it's 5 minutes. And I've just been astounded at what's come through. So for some people, they'll just write notes to try and recall what's happened during the session or key things that they want to make a note of. Other people have written poems. Like their creativity has just opened up and they've just written a poem. Two people have written a poem.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And you're able to, sorry to jump in, but like you're able to then take that away. And so it's like, I've got this, what I've written. And so, oftentimes we're looking for advice from other people a lot of the time. That's why we jump on a podcast, we read a book, we think somebody else has all the answers and it's not me. I realized sort of early on in my journey, I remember I was doing sessions with Melissa and I looked at her at the end and went, I've got all the answers, don't I, already? I'm just too stupid to have been able to see them up until now. She goes, yeah. So it's like when we can look back on these notes, it's like I'm taking advice from myself when I was in a really clear and stable and, objective place. And I think that's a great person that we should be taking advice from.
Absolutely. And you're not taking it from your intellect. It's actually coming from a deeper place within us. So it's really coming from...
Yeah, especially if a poem's coming out, it's coming from somewhere else, surely. Then what happens after that, after the journaling?
Yeah, so actually one more thing just on the journaling. One person actually wrote an outline for her thesis. So it's really incredible what comes through, the insights that actually come through. So anyway, after the journaling component, there's just space for sharing. So anything that you want to share from what you've written or from what you've experienced in the Conscious Connecting, any questions that you have can be answered then. Yeah.
I love that. And then is there another round or does that come? So, yeah, there is.
That's right. And then they have the choice. In your first session, you then have the choice if you want to do another round of 5 minutes or to do an elongated session of 10 minutes. And then we follow that same conscious connecting, space with closed eyes, journaling and sharing.
Yeah, I love that. Astra just wrote in the comments, feeling heard is huge. That's huge for all human beings, Astral. I couldn't agree more. Like there's the core needs of a human being is to feel seen, heard and understood. And when we don't have those things present, then our needs aren't being met and we will feel bitter, angry, sad, resentful, all of that stuff, especially if it happens over time and over time. So that's like, a core part of our diet as a human being is those three things. So super, super important there.
Absolutely.
I also, just another point I wanted to make as well is, I see this practice as well being really important for practitioners and people that are in the space as well. So, Helga mentioned embodied processing. It's a process that Matt and myself teach. So for the assessment session, which you will know how Helga, where someone sends in a session that they've done with one of the other students. Now we have a checkbox of like, well, we have there's different techniques and a flow chart. We need to make sure they're being done. The number one thing that we look for in that is not on the flow chart, and it's the attuned presence. Okay, how can I be just completely present for this other human being in a non-judgmental way? And this practice of conscious connecting is only something that's going to help somebody develop that if it's something they're struggling with.
Yeah, I think it's this is what I've come to see as well, that anyone that's working with other people, so who's, especially if we're doing this sort of work, so any therapist or coach or counsellor, especially if we're doing this work of helping other people to come to a more settled place within themselves, then the more clear that we are, the more clean that we are within ourselves, the more that we're going to be of service to our clients. And it's actually one of the other EP practitioners when I offered complimentary sessions so that people could trial it and offer feedback. She said to me, wow, I feel like I've been faking presence all this time. She said, I actually felt present for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't know until we've experienced it. It's the same thing with like peace, which I guess they're very much interconnected.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know for me, when I felt peace for the first time in like 25 years since I was a kid, early on in my process, and I'm like, oh, this is it. I thought that was peace over there, but that wasn't it. That was definitely not it. So I guess we have to fully experience it to have that contrast and know when we are being present. Positive comments coming through here, Helga.
Oh, what have we?
No, just saying, oh my God, wow, love this. Bravo, Helga, it sounds amazing. Angela says, coming out party for conscious connecting, woohoo. Woohoo. So there's two ways I think that people could get in touch, Helga. Number one, I've put it in the comments already, and I'm going to do it again now. And that's if you just want to jump in and book a session with her. I'm going to put Helga's Calendly link in there. Right now, it's already in there, but I'll put it in there again. Also, if people have specific questions, maybe before they want to jump in and book, are they able to send you an email and ask a couple of questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the
email? So Helga at helgaeichmann.com.au. So yep, you're always welcome to shoot me an email. And just know that if you book a session, we always book an introductory session first, so that before you sign up for a series of sessions that you can do more of.
Yeah. So I think there's a little dropout technical difficulty there, but we're back on now. So Helga, you were just saying, just in case that cut out, that you do an introductory session.
So I always ask people to do an introductory session first, just a one-off session, before booking a series of sessions, and that just means that you can see if conscious connecting is a practice for you, and if there's resonance between us as well.
Awesome, cool. I'm excited for you, Helga.
Thank you.
And I'm excited for those that jump in. Like I've experienced a session, and I highly encourage anybody that this resonates with to jump on and book a session with Helga. Like she does an introductory session, so you can get a feel for whether it's right for you. But anybody who wants to feel more present, have someone to sit with in a non-judgmental space, which, my God, we all need, I think, then please do reach out to her. And I put the email in there, helga@helgaeichmann.com.au. So if you have any specific questions before booking, then jump in there. Helga, excited?
I am. I'm really excited to be taking this out there. Like, it has been a while. It's been about 18 months, and I think it's taken this time to get the feedback that I've really needed and to be able to shape conscious connecting. So it is something that I'm really happy to offer people, something that I know is of value. It's not for everyone, and that's absolutely fine. But the best way to trial is to actually just do an introductory session. So so I'm so excited to be taking this out there, and it just brings together everything that I've been doing for, oh my God, I feel like a lifetime. Like, I did my first coaching course back in 2015, I'm thinking it is. So what's that, almost 20 years ago. and it's never quite felt right to me. And I feel like everything that's happened since then has just been leading me to this point where conscious connecting has come about very naturally and has just really unfolded. And now it's time to take it out there and share it with people, share it wider.
Yeah, and I just
And
know seeing you go through the process that you've done it, your hand gestures, this one, your alignment.
yes,
I know that's your thing, and I know that these last 18 months and 2 years you've been following that within yourself. You've been drawn to this, and you've put in all of the time over the last 18 months, and like you said, previous to that, all of your life experiences and learning before that. So yeah, like I said, I thought you were onto something 18 months ago, and I still think so. And I'm really excited for our community, to be able to jump on and book a session with you and reap the benefits.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you to everyone. I've got some more comments coming through here. Really resonates with me. How exciting. Thank you, everybody that has jumped on live today. Everyone watching the replay, the info is in the comments, but if you have any other comments or questions, you can put them in the comments of the video, and myself and Helga will jump in at some point and answer them. And have a beautiful day, everyone, wherever you are in the world tuning in. Thank you for joining us live. Helga, we'll speak soon.
Lovely. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And Ryan, thank you so much for being such a wonderful support and advocate for this.
Always, always. All right. Bye-bye.